Hello everyone! Welcome back to another 1v1 Warhammer battle. This is going to be Heinrich Himmler's continued search for Krell against the forces of the Greenskins being led by Grimgor. So my army here may be kind of hard to see in the forest, and also it's a snow map, or snow maps. The front line here, we have a Skeletal Warrior, 2 Graveguard, 2 additional Skeletal Warriors on the flanks. The core and the main part of this army is going to be made up of 2 Cairn Wraiths, 1 Crypt Horror, 2 Puppies with the Vargulfs, and then behind us we have 2 Zombies to try and screen from enemy cav charges. We also have the Claw of Nagash / Mortis Engine, and I also did bring a Corpse cart right there of the Unholy Lodestone. So with Heinrich Himmler builds, I typically try to focus heavily on regeneration auras. I also have his 2 Necromancer companions. I think I named them last time, but I don't remember what their names are. But they are just a regeneration aura platform and summoning skeletal platform as well. They're really cheap, with like 500 if you get them with this type of build. So very inexpensive, and then of course Heinrich Himmler himself. But yeah, so right here we have the regeneration aura of the Claw of Nagash. Heinrich Himmler's special ability when he's in melee will generate the +8 melee attack and regeneration aura. Passive regeneration on the Puppies and the Crypt Horrors. And for this one, since we're fighting against the Orcs, I decided I usually go with 3 Crypt Horrors, but I opted instead for 2 Cairn Wraiths to try and destroy the Black Orcs if there was a Black Orc spam. Because with the assistance of the aura from the Corpse card, and then also with Heinrich Himmler's +8, if they get the +8 that is, because it only affects a maximum of 3 units around Himmler. But that brings their low melee attack up to, I think, like a 34 instead of an 18. So that's pretty high. And on top of that, I also brought Van Heel's Dance Macabre. So again, I really want to support these Cairn Wraiths to try and destroy any Black Orcs that we come across. That is the idea of the army here. A lot of regeneration and have the Cairn Wraiths destroy Black Orcs. Over here we have Vanguard deployed, Night Goblin Archers, and a Night Goblin who started to pull out of this forest here. And then the main army is going to have a Hammer of Gork being led by Grimgor, a Giant, 3 Savage Orc Biggins, I think they're all Biggins, yeah. 2 Goblins mixed in here. We also have 2 Squig Herds, an Orc Shaman, and the Crimson Killers are going to be the only Black Orc unit brought against me in this battle. I expected more Black Orcs because Black Orcs are immune to psychology, and the Vampire Council is known for fear and terror, so usually kind of come across them, which is again why I brought these 2 Cairn Wraiths. Moving my army closer because I'm going to have to charge them since they have the artillery, I actually uncover these Night Goblin Archers, so I'm like, let's go. So I'm going to have the Mortis Engine go because it's pretty fast. I'm going to send the Puppies and our Crypt Horde because they are relatively fast. And we're going to try and catch these Night Goblins before they manage to withdraw back to their main army, which is moving into position to try and, I don't know, I guess fight me in the forest maybe? But right here, I don't know why the enemies stopped, but they did. So they're going to try and focus down my Claw of Nagash. These arrows will do a lot of damage, but the Claw of Nagash will have a lot of regeneration heading its way. And this is a lot of stuff heading for your Night Goblins, but I'm just going to charge. I'm like, alright. So we charge Night Goblins, they try to get out of there, but it's a little bit too late because we have both the Puppies and the Mortis Engine here, which is also slowing their movement speed by 24% because of its aura. So we're going to almost immediately terrify all these poor Night Goblins and just chew them to pieces, man. Then the rest of my army is going to be slowly marching out into the open. We're waiting for the 2 Zombies that, again, are our screening force for a cav that the enemy does not have, but of course I don't know that right now because most of their army is hidden in this forest. But yeah, I'm just going to go to town on these poor Night Goblins who are Vanguard deployed and then not pulled back far enough, or fast enough. And already the damage they did to the Mortis Engine is already starting to regenerate, so they didn't really get to do too much. Hammer of Gork's going to start opening fire, but I think it's opening fire on our Vargulf, who I was having chasing these Night Goblin Archers for a little bit longer. It's going to be about this point I'm going to pull back our Vargulfs behind the line of the Graveguard and Skeletal Warriors. Going to pull back Heinrich Himmler and his Necromancer buddy and the Mortis Engine because I can now see the enemy army starting to press their attack out of the forest, being led by this Giant. So my first goal is going to have the Puppies try and kill the Giant and separate it from any reinforcements. So I'm going to summon it's either a zombie or a skeleton behind the Giant when it gets closer to our army, and then I'm going to be pouncing on it with our 2 Puppies, the second of which is coming over here. So we should have a skeletal or a zombie being summoned behind this Giant here soon. I'm also going to stick Heinrich Himmler against the Giant and pop his Cloak of Shadows so he has the 80% physical resistance, which is going to negate a lot of damage from the Giant. Any damage that goes through the Cloak of Shadows is going to be negated then by our Master of the Dead trait from the Necromancer, his regeneration aura because he's in melee, and then also the Mortis Engine and Corpse card, all giving passive regeneration to everything around here. So here we go, the rest of the Greenskin army is coming down. We do have some zombies here, that's where they were summoned. And I've isolated this giant, and now we're going to be trying to pour into the Crimson Killers with my 2 can race, who I was holding behind in reserve, waiting for the Crimson Killers to make their move. So you're going to see my Crimson Killers go over here along with the Mortis Engine. I'm then going to cast Van Heel's Dance Macabre. Meanwhile, on the flanks, only our Necromancer, various Skeleton and Zombies are going to be holding off this flank as well as this flank, while my Cryptors are just going to be pouring into the middle to assist the can race against the Crimson Killers, who have now stand your ground. But you can see we have Van Heel's Dance Macabre, so our attack is up to 60, which is going to be almost enough to get through the stand your ground Crimson Killers, but normally they only have a melee defense of 22, so the 60 attack for the Karn race is going to just kind of destroy these Crimson Killers here. You can see their health is going to be lowered pretty drastically, as we are still trying to take care of the Giant, who has dealt some damage to Heinrich Himmler, but like, let's just try and look at this regeneration. It's hard to maintain. I guess it's not really that impressive. Just slow it down. Look at that! All those regeneration auras stacking, like, it's a lot of regeneration in my Heinrich Himmler army, so he's already just going to regenerate through all that damage that he received from the Giant pretty quickly. Meanwhile, the 2 puppies are going to assist the Can Race and the Cryptors in destroying the rest of the Crimson Killers. Actually, I had to pull the Cryptors out because they were taking a lot of damage, so I'm going to let them just sit back here, and they're just going to passively regenerate just in the safety of, you know, out of combat. 2 Squinkers is going to destroy our 2 Skeletal Warriors, or Skeletal Warriors and Zombies, but that is okay, because we are now routing the main line of their army, and we're going to press the attack into the Hammer of Gork, which has been giving us some trouble. And now we're dealing with the Orc Shaman with Heinrich Himmler, and then back here the puppies are going to be on Grimgor, who's trying to destroy, I think, our Cryptors? Or maybe he was on the... Oh, no, he was going after the Corpse Card. So I pulled the Corpse Card out, and now we have surrounded by the puppies. And now I'm moving the rest of our army up into the woods, where the enemy army is going to try and gather once again, but they are going to suffer from losses and lack of leadership nearby. So this is going to be a Heinrich Himmler victory with his regeneration army. That was slightly adjusted to fight specifically Black Orc spam with those 2 Cairn race, but again, we didn't really actually fight any Black Orcs besides the Crimson Killers, and they were just... I poured everything into them. The Mortis Engine, the 2 Cairn race, the Cryptors, the 2 puppies for a while there, and that's so much damage for them to try and withstand, especially since Black Orcs are not defensive. Like, they have really great attack stats, they are very tanky with armor, but with all that armor piercing, because the Cairn race have like a 37, I think, armor piercing attack. So yeah, they cannot withstand that, and that is going to be a good game. Unfortunately, though, we did not find Krell. Grimgor was not apparently hiding him, as we thought. So for kills here, Frontline did their job. They held off some Savage Orc Biggins along with the Graveguard. The Can Race just racked up a ton of kills in that short amount of time. Same thing with this Vargul, 61 kills. Most of those against Night Goblin Archers. Mortis Engine, 13 kills is pretty good, and this Cryptor, 33 kills. Grimgor made a charge, again, I think for the Corpse Card, but was just isolated and destroyed. Goblins got almost 100 kills, which is pretty good. Same thing with these Savage Orc Biggins. The problem is, though, they were chewing through my fodder. Like, everything here is fodder. This is the death. Like, this is the main thing. But the thing is, with this regenerating army, I protect these guys so heavily with zombies summoned from necromancers. Massive amounts of regeneration that I'm always trying to keep around them all. And it's... I think this is a pretty nasty build. All said and done. I mean, even though it's Heinrich Himmler and he's not the strongest, it's still kind of a nasty regeneration focus build. But yeah, nice kills in the Savage Orc Biggins. Giant got isolated and then destroyed by the puppies and Heinrich Himmler. And then the Hammer of Gork only got 19 kills, but did do some damage, I think, to our Cryptors. I think that's what was killing it. And then Squicker's got a decent amount of kills. So good game to Blind, Deaf, Orphan. And hope you enjoyed the Heinrich Himmler build once again. It's kind of my favorite vampire build. Like, you see... I don't know, you see the Red Duke all the time, you see Isabella here and there, Manfred you see all the time, but like, no one really gives much love to Heinrich, so I really enjoy bringing him in these little armies. But anyway, again, hope you enjoyed. Let's go watch a cinematic view of this battle. That Necromancer don't give an F. not entirely sure why you vanguarded the Night Goblins and then didn't pull them back immediately. It looked like they wanted to, and then they decided to hold their ground. Maybe they thought the Night Goblins would hold longer, and like the Hammer of Gork would have time to pound my units, maybe? I don't know. That necromancer. I think the Giant is a solid pick, especially since they're immune to fear and terror. The problem though with this particular battle, he was isolated, which the Giant needs support to do anything really. You see, I pull back my can race because I'm really holding them specifically for the Crimson Killers.
For my master! With haste! Moving! Oh, wait!
Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. That's going to be it for the poor greenskins. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Take care.